VonAllen Sports.
Flag on the play if you're not subscribed to VonAllen Sports. But once you are, we'll make it up to your team in the fourth quarter. You're watching VonAllen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. VonAllen Sports
tells you that means he's retiring, okay? And it's not up to you to decide. You are not royalty of football, all right? You are a bunch of sniveling little dickheads who couldn't make it in real journalism, so you got a niche. You got your little way. You got your little journalism degree, which basically is about as useful as having a degree in making Girl Scout cookies. I guess actually that's probably more useful, but they go into sports, and you can tell by the way they all talk the same. Okay, Rappaport, Schefter, all them. According to my sources, Tom Brady may or not retire.
According to a source I know, a friend of Giselle, actually told me that she is not going to do any more voodoo. So
cool.
That means Tom Brady is not going to win, and he will retire. Well, apparently.
You know that Rappaport tried to walk back the original article, and now he's saying the pushback is not that Tom Brady isn't retiring, but that it's the timing of the announcement that's the problem. Okay, so in that case, according to my sources, Trevor Lawrence will retire. Even though it's his rookie year, he will retire.
At some point.
Eventually. They just leave off the word eventually, right? So, sniveling little freaking weasels. Adam Schefter, you
Bling.
Absolutely suck. I hate this guy. This is the same piece of... Oh, by the way, there might be some cuss words tonight. Okay?
Yeah,
there might
do
be
we
some
have
cuss
that
words tonight.
buzzer that goes like...
Yeah,
No,
I don't think I have it on me right now.
Oh,
I mean, I could just use the goat's cadence.
Can I do it myself?
Yeah, it's not loud enough.
No.
Anyway. But this Adam Lefter is what I call him. He is the same piece of shit that absolutely ruined the kids' first round of the NFL draft last April. Ruined the first round because right before the draft, he goes on and he announces that Aaron Rodgers, according to my sources, Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay and he's going to go to the Denver Broncos. And because I used to work for the Denver Broncos, I know everything that's going on about the Denver Broncos. By the way, that's exactly how he talks. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was wrong.
Actually, he sounds more annoying than that. I can't do it justice, but I can't be... You have to be an actual douchebag to sound just like a douchebag, which is why I can't get Chris Sims' voice exactly correct.
We're going to have to work on it.
I'm going to have to work on it, yeah. I have to become more douchier. All right, but anyway, this guy ruined the first round. Everything was about Aaron Rodgers. Everything was about Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on just a second. Just 1 second.
And what isn't even true?
All right, we're back. He made the entire draft about Aaron Rodgers and about himself. I wanted to make sure that this was true, so I watched an interview with him. He did. It looks like it was from his mom's basement or something. Like it was very dark and weird. Like I guess he doesn't have electricity or something, but. He was doubling down on the Aaron Rodgers thing. Now, guys, I want you to remember something. He doubled down on this. after Aaron Rodgers had announced or had sent a message through his agent, I haven't decided anything. I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's for sure yet. I'm on vacation with my girl. Damn it, what's wrong with my glasses? Anyway, he doubled down. He went on all these shows and stuff and said, no, my sources say that Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay. I'm gonna stick to my story. That's my information. Fucking asshole. All right. Yeah. As we all know, Aaron Rodgers did not leave Green Bay. Okay? So I would like to know how you can just get paid. I want to know how you get paid to just talk about nonsense. All right? So let's go over this real quick. Hang on. Well.
Hey, we have a super chat.
Wow, we got a lot to cover, guys. Hang on. So, Adam Schefter is my new enemy. He is now the new enemy of VonAllen Sports. I already didn't hate the son of a bitch, but I fucking want to...
We're gonna need... we need a new meme for that.
Calm me down. Okay. I hope the people who live under us, I hope that felt good.
Yeah.
All right. That's right. If I can't be happy, nobody can be happy. Mr. Automotive sends a $20 super chat. He says, fire Adam Schefter. Say it loud. Let's go.
Let's go.
Fire Adam Schefter.
I hope he's wrong. Yeah.
So, I am pissed off about this, and it's not that whether or not Tom does retire, okay? Maybe Tom does retire, all right? Maybe in the end it's right. But you do know that it's either he's going to retire or he isn't.
Yeah.
Right? So that is a scenario of 1 and 0. 1 and 0. 2 possibilities. Okay?
Yep.
Just like you're either going to live tomorrow or die tomorrow. Why am I hearing an advertisement? Anyway,
it's Adam Schefter.
It's Adam Schefter. He's hacked into our show. All right. According to my sources. But
according to my sources, you're wrong, Mr. VonAllen.
So where was I?
Oh, rant.
I'm so pissed off right now.
Continue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's not that he was talking about retiring or not. It's if you just say either, you could say that about Aaron Rodgers right now. Aaron Rodgers is either going to retire or he's not. And let's say that you have no information at all and you just lie about it. Let's just right now, okay, guys. According to our sources, Aaron Rodgers is retiring.
Yes.
Okay. Now, my sources. Where's my source? Give me my source. Where's Izzy?
I don't know. Just make up one.
Give me a source, please. Any source will do. Let's see, what source is that? Oh, it's Amelia.
That's a good source.
Okay, this is a good source. So, come here,
source.
Amelia. Come on, little kitty cat. Okay. According to my sources, Aaron Rodgers is retiring. Okay, so screw you. Technically, okay, based on their journalism, I could Amelia. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm actually being serious here.
She is a source.
Amelia literally could be a source. Okay, literally could be a source. All you've got to say is according to my source, because it doesn't mean anything. We don't know what it means. So according to Amelia, Aaron Rodgers is retiring. Now, if I am a reputable person with a big following, the news is going to pick up on my tweet. I don't tell them that Amelia said it, but they're going to spread the word. I'm going to get tons of attention, tons of attention for my account, tons of attention for my employer, and
advertisers are going to pay.
And so it doesn't matter anymore if I'm right or wrong. All that matters is it's generated some buzz, and I'm either right or I'm wrong. It's 1 or 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that I'm right. Let's say that Amelia is correct. Amelia the cat predicted it correctly. We look like a genius. VonAllen Sports, we're brilliant, right? Okay. Let's say that Amelia the cat is wrong. I've already made money. I've already gotten my employer advertising revenue. I've gotten my account tweeted everywhere. Everyone knows about us. Okay? And all of a sudden, I just say, we're sorry, but my cat was drunk. It accidentally ate a medicinal marijuana thing or whatever. I don't even know what those are called.
Do they even come back and admit that they were wrong, or just
no? Normally, no.
No, they don't care. They're like, move on.
But
Next
even if they do, what's the problem? What's going to happen to them? Okay?
Kind of like with politicians. We keep hearing
it doesn't matter. So I'm either right or wrong, and it doesn't matter if you're wrong because no one's going to remember or care, and that's my point. All right. So literally, my cat could be a source based on the criteria that they follow and how they implement this. Now, the only thing that I've seen with sources disputes this. Tom Brady's father is a source. His name is listed as a source. Okay? Jason Light, the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Bruce Arians, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has both said that Tom called them and said Tom said he's not even close.
Decided.
He's not even. No, he said he's not even close. Okay. Not even close.
Yeah.
To a decision. All right.
So far.
Those are 3 sources. That's Bruce Arians, Jason Light, and Tom Brady Sr. You see, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to list your sources. So I want to know, Adam, who told you this?
Yeah, who's your source?
Now, have you ever thought this is I'm not saying this happened, but this could be interesting. Do you know what one of the best ways Tom could figure out who in his inner circle, his family or friends, betrayed him or has been betraying him over the years? You leak this information to the people you suspect, and you see if it gets out there. You tell. Let's say you have a friend and you say, yeah, I'm going to retire. Don't tell anybody, though. And then you watch it go on the news and you immediately know who it is. It's a good way to, right? It's a good way to kind of trap people and figure out. Because I want to know who is this close to Tom that they would sell him out like that. And that's why it's very questionable to me. So now, again, it may be true. It may end up being true.
Yeah.
But it's not your job to leak that.
Right.
It's not your job to do that unless you show us that you have a credible source like the other guys did, which said, this so-and-so told us, and here's the person who told us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. This isn't even, to me, it's not even about whether or not Tom is going to retire or not. It's about taking this away from him. All right? 22 years. It's not your place to take this from Tom Brady. It's just not. All right?
Hey, we have another super chat. Donnie,
take a pic, 1313. Sends a $5 super chat and says, if Brady does retire, I would think he'd do it after Super Bowl so he wouldn't disrespect the game. Exactly. And you know what, Donnie? That's exactly what Charlie Weiss said. For those young fans out there, Charlie Weiss was Tom Brady's offensive coordinator when they won the first 3 Super Bowls. So the first Patriots dynasty. He said that Tom would never do this. He would never take away from the game. Okay? He would never take attention from the championship game or the Super Bowl or anything like that. Which is exactly what I thought. All right?
So it's out of character.
It's out of character, and it's exactly what I thought too. And also, it's too soon. Tom and Giselle always go on vacation. They leave the country.
Yeah.
Normally they go to Costa Rica right after the season's over, whether it's the Super Bowl or not. Just they always do that. Tom gets away from everything. Doesn't even, You're telling me that he told people that he's going to retire, but yet he never told the Buccaneers. Do you think that Tom is that disrespectful? So, like I'm saying, it may end up being true, but it doesn't mean that Adam Schefter was right.
Right. Because there's talk logically about it. It has been.
That's what I'm saying.
Something we thought that he might be retiring when he left the Patriots.
Right, exactly. And Adam Schefter, Milena, think about this. Adam Schefter waited until the day before the championship games to get the most attention, just like he did when he dropped the thing about Aaron Rodgers on the draft, and he didn't give a shit that it took away all that draft day. That whole draft day was about Aaron Rodgers because everyone was like, "What's Green Bay going to do? Is Jordan Love going to be the guy now? Are they comfortable with Jordan Love? Is someone going to try to make a play?" There's a million things going on, and then the shine, all of it was taken away off the draft, and these guys' best day of their life is getting drafted, and it was taken away, and everybody blamed Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers' fault. He didn't even do anything.
No.
And now people are blaming Tom Brady, saying that Tom Brady is taken away from tomorrow.
Right.
Tom wouldn't do that, guys. He just wouldn't.
I think he's proven it for all these years.
Yeah.
Hey, we have more super chat. See it twice.
See it twice. It's a $10 super chat. He says, according to my source, Mozart, a cat, but also the real Mozart, according to other sources, meow, meow. Salieri did it. Meow. Jackson Mahomes will start Sunday. More to come. Meow, meow. Yeah, you got it.
Cat impersonation.
We'll see for $10 you get the extra. You get the extra sound effects.
Yeah.
So.
Meow meow. That's funny.
Exactly. See it twice. Exactly. Salieri did it, and Jackson Mahomes will start tomorrow, according to.
Meow meow.
Daniel's cat here. So Daniel's cat's name is Mozart. Him and Ramsey's got to meet. They got to hang out sometime.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where is Daniel?
Huh?
Where is Daniel located?
See it twice? I'm not sure, actually.
Where are you? See it twice. Anyway.
Why are you?
Oh, well, they're going to hang out together.
You want him to reveal where his location? What if they come for him?
I just want to know if...
Let me tell you something.
How far they need to travel to play.
We better be careful. Adam Schefter works for the FBI. Okay? He's an FBI informant. You know how I know?
How?
Because he's so wrong all the time. There's no way that you don't work for the government and just you can't be that wrong and still keep your job. The only way you can do that is work for the United States government, right? I mean, you can be a general who completely botches Afghanistan and keep your job. You can be a transportation director that has bridges falling and collapsing all over the country and keep your job. All right, you can be a bumbling idiot and not know where you are about 75% of the time and keep your job. So Adam Schefter, he's got to have a connection.
Hey, at least he absolutely, but at least he's more active.
Sure.
So anyway,
John Thomas Chavez sends a $2 super chat and says, "Oh, this is fun. I heard Caligula's horse, a consul, is a good source." Yes, guys, yes, Emperor Caligula did make his horse a member of the Senate. And no, he did not do that because he's crazy. I think he did it to insult the senators, and he was basically saying, my horse's opinion is about as valuable as yours. And if we look at the Senate today in our country, I think Caligula might have a valid point. So, a horse is a horse, of course, of course. You know, remember Mr. Ed? Wilbur. Yeah. Omar Alvarado. Omar Alvarado. Oh,
He tried
Omar,
to say
ow.
it right, and
Omar Alvarado. Oh, that's terrible. I didn't do that right. Okay. He sends a $5 super chat and says, all day I saw breaking news. Brady to announce he's retiring. So I said to myself, that's news. Brady hasn't said anything yet. Exactly, Omar. Exactly. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
ooh, I hope so. Well, like you said, it doesn't mean it's not gonna happen because it's either gonna happen or not. It's been a talk for a long time, but I really hope it's not true. Still, I mean
Alright.
that it doesn't happen.
So,
For right now, is a non-event. It has not occurred.
so I just want to point this out, and thanks to the guys in our group called the Evocati, which is the new version of what used to be called Legion, with some actual loyal friends. But let's see here. Daniel Nightwalker sent me a bunch of reports saying, showing how wrong Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter is, right? So Schefter was wrong, let's see, regarding the Chiefs. Google Deutschland.
So he has a history of being wrong, as
well,
we know.
He's got a history. They got a history of being wrong, but we're talking about big things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he reported that Riddick was approached, I guess, about the Kansas City GM job. I'm not sure when this was, but maybe around 2017. And he's like, no, I don't know where he got that from. He just made it up. I remember Ian Rappaport was the one that said the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to trade Antonio Brown to the Buffalo Bills. We all know that is nonsense. Adam Schefter has a million, almost too many to list, but his worst, most egregious one was the draft. I think that one speaks for itself, and I think when you do something like that on purpose, but there's a whole article here about how I can't get into it because I don't have an account there with this company, but whatever. I can post them later. If you guys want, I can post them somewhere, maybe on Twitter or something.
Right.
But yeah, it's just this guy is a piece of crap. All right. How long have I been a football fan? My entire life, as far back as I can remember. What was the first team that I loved? The Houston Oilers. Israel sends a $5 super chat. He says, he who shall not be named was incredibly ecstatic to hear about the fake news regarding Tom. It'd be hilarious to see him not retire and win his 8. And honestly, guys, Tom is one of those type of people that just because they took this away from him, he might just come back out of spite. But I'm just going to speculate here a little bit. One thing I don't think Tom wants to do is I don't think if he's stuck with the Bucs, okay, I don't think he's probably interested in a long training camp. He doesn't need a long training camp, and I think that would be something that he would want to negotiate with Tampa if he stayed with them, right? Because he already knows the playbooks and stuff. Or, okay, separate from that, it may not be that at all. It may be he wants to go to a different team, and then the training camp thing wouldn't apply because a new team would mean you got to get on. You've got to go to training camp in order to get that done. So I'm just throwing out different scenarios there of why Tom maybe spoke the way he did. You have to remember that the way people are going by the way Tom spoke, the way he spoke about things, was different this time, but it's also a good way to raise your value. And you also signal kind of to everybody, maybe you're willing to hear some options, okay? Now, Brett Favre did something like this. And I'm not saying that Tom's going to pull a Brett Favre coming back and forth all the time, but famous players have done things like this before, and it's very useful. Why not use that to your advantage? You can negotiate different things. It gives you more power. It gives you, it even generates interest from other teams in case that's there.
Right.
It gives you different options. So
that
talking the way he spoke can only be beneficial. Right?
And that raises the question of where.
Exactly.
And which teams. And
I know, I know one thing, that he's still not gotten over the fact that the 49ers didn't draft him.
Right. Yeah. So what do you think? Is there a chance?
Well, the 49ers are a roster that is in win now mode. Okay? And they will be next year too. Let's see what happens. But some people say, I've seen people bring up that if the 49ers didn't do well, then maybe Jimmy G is out and then they try to talk Tom Brady coming in. But honestly, I think that the 49ers could win the Super Bowl and they still might move Jimmy if they have a chance to get Tom. And that is if Jimmy isn't a factor in the Super Bowl. Kind of like when they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, Jimmy wasn't a factor at all. In the entire playoffs, I think he had more interceptions than he had touchdown passes. In fact, I don't even think he had a touchdown pass. But yet they made it all the way to the Super Bowl and they almost won it. So either way.
But his contribution, you're saying, wasn't as strong.
Right. Not directly, not on the field. Now, I'm sure it is in the locker room and leadership and stuff like that. Right. But I don't know. If you got a chance to get Tom, I think you do that anyway. And not, I'm not wanting to crap on Jimmy G or anything like that. It's just, if Tom was the quarterback of the 49ers in 2020 against the Chiefs, the 49ers would have won that game. We all know that. So. See it twice since the $5 Super Chases. More breaking news via source. Adam Schefter is retiring and catnip to be legalized in 14 states. Meow. I like it. Which ones?
Which states?
So there's a lot of different scenarios we could go over, but
yeah,
you never know. So I just know that Tom, I don't even know if the 49ers is interested in something like that right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they're thinking that. I'm just saying the 49ers could be the team that would entice him to not retire. If there was a team. If there was a team in the NFL that could make him go, it would be San Francisco. That would be the team to do it. To get to go home and play where you're from, that would be a big deal for him, I think. So you never know. So see here. But it's not just Jimmy G. They have Trey Lance. Tom ain't going there. Trey Lance? What? Trey Lance has nothing to do with anything. Who cares?
Yeah.
You're telling me that if they have a shot at Tom Brady, they're going to be, oh, you know what? Well, we've got this guy here. No. Trey Lance, I don't think would have any bearing on the situation. In fact, getting Tom Brady for one year would actually be beneficial to Trey Lance. It would help him. So, yeah, I don't think that would be a factor at all. So, that's interesting. Bill Murray says he was thinking Raiders with McDaniels. So Josh McDaniels. Now, is that official or is that more just nonsense news? Is Josh going to the Raiders or is he interviewed yet? What is the deal with that? Do you guys know where that is? I don't know if Josh McDaniels will make a good head coach. I mean, we know he failed in Denver, and a lot of times people fail in their first time around, but he failed badly, like miserable. So. Yeah, Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton it definitely will end up somewhere else. I don't think he's retiring for good. I think he just wanted a change.
Yeah.
Drew Brees retired, so he's out of the Saints now, and the Saints are in salary cap hell. I think he just wants a change. I think he just is ready to do something different. But I don't think Sean Payton is done with football at all. So. Yeah, Israel, Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I knew it was only a matter of time before Jim comes back.
Hey, we missed the super chat.
Omar Alvarado sends a $5 super chat. Hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Says, man, if Tom went to the 49ers next year and they win the Super Bowl, that would be Brady sticking it to the entire history of the NFL. Yeah, he's already stuck it to the entire history of the NFL.
Yeah.
That would just be like beating someone's ass, and then after they're unconscious on the ground, you piss on them. It's like just completely
nice comparison.
completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
And just wrong.
Be
right?
like, hey, I can make your team get a Super Bowl ring.
And imagine even more ridiculous is that if he got a ring, let's say the 49ers don't get a Super Bowl this year and he gets them a Super Bowl, they would tie New England
Oops.
for the most Super Bowls for any team. Okay? Or let's say that 49ers win the Super Bowl this year and then Tom still goes with them and wins another Super Bowl. Tom would be responsible for getting them the most Super Bowls ever. But let's keep in mind that Tom Brady has more rings than any organization.
Yeah.
The most an organization has is the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers, both at 6.
And that's
Tom
less.
Brady's got 7.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yep.
So, imagine... This is like... Imagine if Michael Jordan had more championships than any team in the league in the NBA. Now, I think the Celtics have the most. It's close between the Celtics and Lakers. I know that. But basketball is a bit different. If you've got a few good players, you can dominate for a long time. If Michael Jordan never retired in the middle, that there was a three-peat, and then he retired in the middle and then came back for a three-peat. If he never retired, those 2 years they win, that's 8 straight. And then if their general manager wasn't a complete dipshit and didn't blow up the team at the end, they win in 99, they win in 2000. They may have actually gotten 10 out of that. 9, maybe 9, okay? But you can do it like that in basketball, but football's different. That's why there's only 2 teams that's got 6, because it's just so difficult. And in basketball, you can play a 4 out of 7 playoff series, right? Mm-hmm. If we were going into and do equivalent of that, we would have to take game 1 and only game 1, and that would be the difference maker. In football, you don't get a chance to make up for your mistakes. I believe, let's say the NFL playoffs, it was 2 out of 3. I think the Bucks end up winning. I think they learn from that, and Tom, they figure out what they need to do, and then the Bucks end up winning the 2 out of 3 series. They'd win the next 2. So being able to make up for your mistakes is a big deal, actually. I don't think people think about that enough, how difficult it is in the NFL. You've got to be perfect. You have to be perfect in the playoffs. And to do that 7 times as a quarterback is insane. It's just stupid insane.
Hey, we have another super chat.
See it twice. Sends a $5 super chat. He says, more breaking news. Breaking news. In the news today. Local cat to be neutered again for using owner's money to spread fake news and catnip propaganda. ESPN to take a similar approach. Exactly.
I love the news today.
Exactly. Tom Nightwalker said Tom Brady played in 18% of all the Super Bowls ever played. That's crazy, and he's played in a Super Bowl 50% of the time. So now, when I say 50%, I mean 50% of the eligible years. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is 2000, his rookie year, is not an eligible year. He didn't start. He didn't start till 2001, so that doesn't count. 2008, he missed all of the season to an injury, so that doesn't count. So there's actually, even though he's been in the league for 22 seasons, he's only been in the league or been an active starting quarterback and had a legitimate chance at going to the Super Bowl 20 times.
Yeah.
He's played in 10.
Do you mean he? But no one has lost that much. He hasn't played in 10. That's 50%.
Oh, you mean he hasn't participated in the other 10, so he's a loser, right?
So he's a loser.
Yeah. Like what happened, Tom?
It cancels out, so it's 0.
Yes.
Remember, someone, who was it that had that math? It was one of the mainstream media people.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind that of those 10 times that he went to Super Bowl, 4 other times he was in the championship game. So there was 4 extra times where not only, but even though he didn't make the Super Bowl, he still made it to the game that decides who goes to the Super Bowl. He's done that 14 times. This is just unreal. It is just, it's ridiculous. The only thing that I regret that Tom wasn't able to accomplish was winning MVP and winning the Super Bowl in the same season. You know, Kurt Warner still holds that. And you know what? There's a reason for that. And I noticed that people have been asking that it's some kind of curse or whatever. Mm. There's also, they call it the MVP curse. The quarterback who wins MVP never wins the Super Bowl. And it's not happened since 1999 when Kurt Warner did it. It's a long time. And then there's another curse that they mentioned. No quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl when he's led the league in passing yards. So of all 56 Super Bowls, because Super Bowl 56 is about to happen and Tom Brady led the season. So it's not going to happen again. But of all 56 Super Bowl seasons, the leader in passing yards has not won a Super Bowl. So they're saying that's a curse. I'm going to explain that to you. So here's the reason why both passing yards leader and the MVP quarterback has not been the Super Bowl winner in 23 seasons. What would be 23 years? Because to win a Super Bowl, you have to be a well-rounded team. You have to play great complementary football, meaning the quarterback, you know, you need somewhat of a running game. You need a defense that can stop something, because if you're too top-heavy on offense, usually your defense sucks. Most of the time, when a quarterback is MVP, it means that he is having to carry the entire load of the team on his back. And regular season is much different than the playoffs. But by the time you get to the playoffs, if you're that imbalanced, and that's normally the case. So if the balance is that bad off, it doesn't translate to playoff football very well. And this is why you see this happen so often. It's not some curse. It's just the game itself. And we've seen that time and time again. That balance is something important. Probably the most obvious was 2013. The 2013 Denver Broncos, where Peyton Manning threw 56 touchdowns and broke all these records. And they make it to the Super Bowl, and they get completely destroyed by the Seattle Seahawks. So all that offense didn't mean anything when you ran into a Seattle team that was well balanced and could play both sides of the ball really well, and it had a really good defense. You've got Matt Ryan, who won the MVP in 2016. Matt had a hell of a year, right? But what happened to him when he got to the Super Bowl? His Falcons defense was garbage. That defense was garbage all year long. It was the Matt Ryan show. It was the Matt Ryan, Julio Jones show that whole season. That's why Matt got that MVP. But when it came to the Super Bowl and it came down to it, that defense just broke. It broke at the end. It just doesn't. It just to achieve for a quarterback to achieve those kind of numbers, you've got to be really top heavy on the offense, and it's just it doesn't translate to good playoff football. So there's your answer right there. I think that is more of the reason than, well, actually it is the reason.
Yeah.
Curses and stuff that's stupid. That makes no sense. So
As much as Giselle Bundchen being the reason, her voodoo being the reason for Tom Brady winning.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people who believe that.
So Giselle did her voodoo the first 3 Super Bowls before she met him? When she was banging Leonardo DiCaprio, was she doing the voodoo for Tom then?
She was. She was secretly in love and doing voodoo.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Got it.
Hey, we have another super chat. From Canada.
Blame Canada. It's Canada's fault.
Of course.
It's
Always.
Canada's fault. That's why all this is happening. It's Canada.
It's
Blame
the Canadians.
Canada. Blame Canada. They're not
South
even
Park?
a real country anyway.
South Park.
Boa. Omega sends a $2 Canadian super chat. Okay, eh? What should TB do about wasted year? Hashtag blame the Bucks. Well, I'll tell you this much. The last play of the game that gave up that play to Cooper Kupp to put the Rams in field goal range, that was a bad communication there.
Yeah.
So there was several guys that got caught in kind of what we call no man's land, and like I said in one of my documentaries, indecision will get you every time. And some of the linebackers did not commit either way, and by the time they decided it's too late, and that led to a busted coverage.
And about that last game and those calls, those referees, I got a problem with that.
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
especially
it's you,
the
all you.
one when Von Miller busted Tom's chin and it was bleeding. Everyone, the whole world saw it. And yeah, Tom said something to the referee, but he was right. And that was an important call. That should not have been what they called it. That made that influenced the game. So what if Tom could have gone, forward.
Yeah.
So that's not the only one. There were 2 calls like that.
Yeah, exactly. And
everyone agreed. I saw other people in the media, they agree with that too. That's what we were saying, the game day too. But Skip Bayless agrees with it. There's a lot of people who see that. So it's not like a little technicality that, because I'm a fan.
Well, it's a good point. Okay, and don't forget when Matthew Stafford tried to he kicked at Ndamukong Suh's crotch.
Yeah.
And then
same thing.
Ndamukong Suh gets in trouble, right? Well, here's the problem with that. I'm not complaining about the call. Okay, so if Ndamukong Suh was saying some stuff and you want to give him an unsportsmanlike conduct, all right, whatever. And if you want to give Tom unsportsmanlike conduct because he cussed at you as a ref, okay.
But they don't get rewarded for it.
But the problem, exactly. But the Rams shouldn't have benefited from it. It should have been you should have thrown a flag on Stafford for trying to kick it, and it would have offset the penalty.
Right.
And then you should have thrown a flag on Von Miller for helmet to helmet. Okay? And then that offsets it. So you just do the down over again, but you don't give the Rams,
you don't reward
and put them in scoring range.
Exactly.
You just don't do that.
So you bust his chin, you do something that is not, as he was Von Miller, is that okay to do, to bust Tom's chin with the helmet?
You're not even allowed to touch the quarterback's helmet.
So
If you touch it, I'm
you get
saying
awarded
literally,
for
if you go
it?
like this, I'm not making it. This is not an exaggeration. I am dead serious. If a player goes like this,
right, you're not allowed to.
it's a flag.
So I mean, it's like the kid beating up the other kids, and then you punish the kid who's crying because he said, "Ah, idiot! Why'd you hit?" Oh, you call him idiot? You're punished, and the other one is awarded. I mean, really? I mean,
Terrible analogy.
I don't know. It's a bad analogy.
Terrible analogy.
Okay, do a better one.
If any Brady haters are watching this show right now, they're gonna clip that and they're gonna use that against Tom.
Go
now.
ahead.
That was
Maybe I'll get famous.
you cannot. No. They're gonna say, oh, Tom Brady's a crybaby. You can't do that. So
Okay.
Even
I didn't
though
mean to.
your logic works. Your logic
My
works.
logic is-
but bad
I've always
optics.
been against like punishing the person who is actually reacting to something. I mean, within limits. It's not, there are other cases. But bad analogy, right? Sorry, guys. But the point is the same.
Yeah, like I said, the logic works, but
Yeah.
you don't want to put that out there.
Yeah. Well.
But it's. I'll tell you something, guys. I've been very suspicious of the Rams for years. And after I saw what happened between the Rams and the Saints in the NFC Championship game in 2018, we all know the famous non-call, the non-pass interference call. I've been suspicious of the Rams. And the reason I've been suspicious of the Rams is because I live here in Los Angeles and things are not going well for them. No one in this city cares about the Rams. They don't. And in fact, no one in the city cares about the Rams or the Chargers. And they built this big stadium, and they're going to rely on hopefully years and years and build something here. But it's just not taking hold. And it even when they went to the Super Bowl, they had to pay extras to show up at the goodbye pep rally, So I've been very suspicious of them. The NFL's had problems with this whole LA St. Louis thing, and they need to make LA work. And it's the Rams that they need to make work, because the Rams are the ones that the stadium was built for. The Rams are the one that had been in LA before and had at least a little bit of a fan base here.
Right.
The Chargers are just kind of like the Jets of LA. They're like, nobody cares, except at least the Jets have a fan base, which is shocking that they even do that. But still, I've just been very suspicious about some things regarding the Rams.
It is not very far-fetched to think that there's corruption going on too, because it is not the players but the referees. We've heard in other sports, times when they can direct the outcome of a game. So,
well, that's the problem. You can't stop.
Yeah.
You can't stop a ref going rogue.
Right.
You can't shield yourself from that. And
that's the way they can navigate the game. They can direct and give a push to a team, which I mean in this case.
But who
at least
exactly?
Two times,
So this Rams game. This is what, like, the fifth time that in the last 3 or 4 years since the Rams have been in LA that they've gotten some really, really favorable things happen to them that are like really shockingly obvious. And I've been kind of suspicious about this whole thing. Like, they're trying so hard to make this happen for them. I don't know. It was just weird. A lot of those penalties that Hockley called were just really bizarre, and it's just every time these things happen, the Rams seem to be involved. Just something strange there. I'm not saying that the NFL as an entity is doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
like I said,
there are other interesting
the Rams
parties.
owner himself could have gotten to the refs and off. you just don't know. Like I've always said that you can't do nothing about a rogue ref. I still to this day, I've always thought that line judge that missed the pass interference against the Saints, he might have had something invested into that, and it's quite possible, or maybe he didn't. I don't know, but
in the world where there's betting on it too.
I'm just saying well, that's always a factor, but it's for them to do something like that. It's got to be more than just betting. Is not, maybe it is for one ref, but I don't know.
Yeah,
the Rams owner is just a bad person. He is if any owner would do something like that or try to commit to do something like that and risk himself to do that, it would be Stan Kroenke. Okay, he is a complete piece of shit. The only reason the Rams are even in LA is because he lied. He lied to all the other owners. So this guy is not above doing things like this. And now he's desperate. He's all in. He got the Rams here, and they've got to happen. So you never know. You just never know. You can't shield yourself from it. No sport can shield themselves from somebody going rogue or someone doing something on their own. But do I believe that the NFL as an organization would do something like that? I find that hard to believe.
Right.
It's too risky. It's too risky. Could you imagine if people found out? It would ruin everything. It would ruin. I mean, you would just completely destroy a $12 billion a year business. Why would you do that? That's dumb. So are they planning or scripting like everyone thinks? No, that's absurd. It's not even in the realm of doable anyway, even if you wanted to. But could there be
giving a push
singular people that do things? Could the refs manipulate things? Because they want to, or some outside force? Of course, like I said, you can't stop that. That is going to happen, and it has happened, and you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
So,
hey, we have another super chat. Did you Did you see Donnie's?
No. Donnie sends a $5 super chat. He says, "Gotta go, guys. We'll watch you on TV. Have to deal with over 2 feet of snow and sub-zero wind chills in the AM. Let's go." Yeah, I saw that on the news this morning. Crazy stuff going over in Boston.
Yeah, I hope you guys are okay up there.
Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate it, buddy.
See ya. And then you have Nightwalker. She said.
Yeah.
45. Play until 45. Have a great season. Yeah.
There's just, I don't see a good reason to stop when you're short right now. There's too many things going for him.
Yeah.
Still playing great.
He's not injured.
He's not injured.
If he was injured, I'd say, maybe. The kids are not little. It's important to, there's talk about him wanting, and he has said that in interviews, that he wants to spend more time with family. But do you picture him being as a full-time dad when he's in? And honestly, he's still in his prime. I mean, he almost made it. Even this last game, if he had a little more time, despite those, rough referee calls, he still could have, won this game.
Milena?
So.
Tom Brady does not have a prime. A prime has Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay? So when it comes to Tom, there is no such thing as prime Tom Brady. It just doesn't apply to him. The guy is an alien. And aliens have to...
Cyborg.
Okay, cyborg, that's fine.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever. Terminator. Okay? He's got to finish at 45, like he said, like he always said. It's got to be done. And then I think time to walk away. I personally would be happy with that, and I would love to know that this is it. This is the last ride, and all year long we can just, every game we can savor it. This is his last game against this team. The last game, we can talk about it, and it'd just be awesome, man, if we could just know that it was the end. I don't want it to just find out that, oh, that was his last game against the Rams and nobody knew and we didn't actually get to process it and stuff. I know that's selfish of us or of me or whatever, but I'm just stating that this is what I would like to happen. But again, if Tom retires, I'm going to get behind him either way because nobody deserves to do what he wants to do than Tom Brady. So if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. I'll get behind him on that, and I'm not going to sit there and talk bad about it or anything. I mean, I'm just saying that that's what I hope happens, and that's my reasoning. So, but he's got to just do the last ride thing, you know?
Yeah,
and
that'd be awesome. Not everybody does that.
Not everybody gets to.
That's a really good idea to do.
Yeah.
In his case.
Yeah.
And we have another super chat.
Man, you guys are
Canadian.
awesome tonight. Thank you so much. Who is it?
Canada. From Canada.
The Canadian Boa Omega sends a $5 Canadian super chat, eh? Are there any reasons for TB to give the Bucks a second chance? Do they want to be a dynasty? TB needs 3 more rings. If not, where next? Dallas, California, to Texas? Well, the Bucks. It depends on what the Bucks are going to do, and how they're going to be able to manage the situation. Losing Byron Leftwich is not a loss at all. And by the way, he is now the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is absolute fool's gold. That is.
Oh.
That's as much of fool's gold as in my opinion, as hiring Josh McDaniels. It's no. But whatever, Jaguars can do what they want, I guess. So that's not a problem. What happens with Todd Bowles? I know people are pissed about that last play, but again, I'm not sure it was the play call as much it was the execution and the communication with the players with that play call. Yeah. But make no mistake, Todd Bowles is a great defensive coordinator, and there's no guarantee that you can replace him and it will be the same. So that's going to be harder to do if Todd leaves. Bruce Arians is utterly useless, so
he can leave.
He can leave, and actually just bring in the, see it twice mentioned the corpse of Mozart. You could bring the corpse of Mozart in, and he would do just as good a job as Arians, probably better because he wouldn't actually contribute to stupidity that Arians has contributed to.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Bring in Sean Payton to be the head coach of the Bucks. Tom will stay for 3 more years. Okay?
Yeah, I mean maybe that's what's happening.
So,
what if that's what's happening?
I
don't know.
When Tom was talking about going where he was going to go, when he left, he's going to leave the Patriots, and there was a few days of time where we didn't know where he's going to go. I said the best spot that Tom should have picked at the time.
Yes.
I didn't really consider Tampa that much. I was wanting Tom to go to a legacy team, a team with a rich history and stuff. And I said Dallas. I said I like Dallas. I didn't know if he would pick Dallas, but I thought Dallas would be a good spot because not only did they have the roster at the time, but in order to make room, then you could try to trade Dak and get something for him, and then you get even more good stuff to help build around Tom. So that was kind of the idea I had back then, and him being in Dallas would be, the Cowboys are a big deal and they're world famous and all that.
Team.
Yeah, and they were the nemesis of his 49ers when he was growing up. So they've always had that battle. So that I thought that would be kind of interesting to see that happen. And so, you never know. But
another super chat.
But just like Tom, And you got the Aaron Rodgers situation is whatever team these two guys would go to, the team instantly becomes contenders.
Right.
All right. So the moment Aaron Rodgers, if he does leave the Green Bay Packers, the moment he's gone, the Packers are now they're a 500 team. Or you can't go 500 anymore because of the stupid 17-game season. But average, they're an average team. The moment he's gone.
Yeah.
So. Elliot Ravens sends a $5 super chat. He says, Tom Brady is that alien in disguise that Will Smith was chasing at the beginning of Men in Black.
Yeah, truly.
Hey, if we find out that aliens live amongst us, the first person I think the government should check is Tom Brady.
Yep.
So, like, seriously, man. Come on. It's ridiculous. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Salman Bader says Bruce Arians said he will call plays on offense after Leftwich left. Maybe that's why Tom was like, I'm out.
Yeah. It was like, oh my God.
Oh, man.
But that guy leaving Lefkovich makes me really think there's something happening. Why does he know something?
What do you mean?
If he left.
Who?
Why would he leave?
Byron Leftwich?
Yeah.
A head coaching opportunity, you got to take it.
But being with Tom Brady for longer. No?
No, I think Byron was going to take that job no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even if let's say Tom Brady was under contract for the next few years and already committed, I think Byron still takes it. You got to take that because it's, like Byron probably makes like $800,000 a year,
right,
as offensive coordinator. He's about to make $5 million a year,
right, and become
like overnight
a bigger name.
Yeah,
you
got to kind of take that job. So
okay.
I'm not so sure that it's connected really.
Okay. Can we talk about Tom Brady's contract? Remind me what it was. Was it just for?
Well, he's got a weird contract where there's a next year is on there, but it's got a lot of outs and it can be manipulated. But he has to stay on the roster until the new league year, and he'll get to keep his signing bonus. So it would be dumb for Tom to retire right now anyway. It would just be, why would you lose that money? And that's what's funny about this whole situation. So
yes. Yeah, Mike Miller says, would you rather be a head coach on a garbage team or coordinator on a Super Bowl team?
If I'm young, like, and I'm early in my career like Byron is, I would go ahead and be a head coach.
Right.
I would set myself up for life.
And that helped him. Actually, that's what got him the job. So now, you get that opportunity.
Yeah. Now, Byron is probably already very wealthy. He was quarterback for the Jaguars for a long time.
Yeah.
But I still think that, you've got to take that head coaching job if it's offered to you. You got to go ahead and take a chance on it. Yeah, it's just.
Did you pick up that last super chat? Oh yeah, you did.
From Elliot?
Yeah, you did, Elliot. Thank you, Elliot. One more time. Hey guys, if you can click the like button, that'd be awesome. And if you're new here, subscribe.
What if you're Charlie Weiss and it's coordinator Pats or Notre Dame coach? Well, wasn't Notre Dame his alma mater? So that was like a personal thing for him. Kind of like when Jim Harbaugh went to Michigan and left us, Super Bowl. You can't let her up there. Okay.
We have an intruder.
Emilio's trying to get involved. A little kitty cat.
Well, she's hard an intruder.
She's okay. This
She
microphone
helps.
is
She's
annoying me.
a, as you know, a source. One of our
She's one of our
sources.
sources, of information.
You know, she's
So,
Hollywood kitty, so she's
according
got
to my sources.
connections
According
to
my
other
sources.
kitties. And she heard. She hear, they tell her.
Yeah, you've got to take that first job. I think if it's offered to you as a head coach, you got to take that first
Yeah.
job. But after you've done that and maybe you failed, like in Josh McDaniels' situation, I understand why he kept his job in New England. They were paying Josh McDaniels big money to stay as a coordinator, so it wasn't a money situation really.
That was a very special case, I think.
A special case, exactly.
Being part of the dynasty, and
Yeah.
so.
What would you do?
Who?
You?
Me?
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
You would take the job?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be a good job. It's got to be something that you like also. But again, which team did you go to? The Jaguars? It's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
for me, and he's not moving that far. And he
he's
played
nearby.
He was the Jaguars quarterback for a long time.
Right. So it
he's
makes
got
sense.
a history there and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Now, I personally would not leave the offensive coordinator job in New England like Charlie Weiss did to go to college.
Oh, okay.
To be the head coach of a college team. I would not do that. But I probably would take the head coaching job in the NFL if it was offered.
Right.
So I understand,
Makes sense.
Why guys do that. Because nobody thinks they're going to fail. I mean, when you become a head coach, you think you're going to build your own dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
That's in your mind. I mean, if you already think that you're just going to get a paycheck, then you lost already anyway. But I doubt very few of these guys believe that they're going to fail and they're just doing it for the money. I think that they also believe that, hey, I'm going to make something happen here, and I can take what I learned on this great team I was on, and I'm going to apply that here. And I think Byron he's got to be thinking that. He's got to be like...
Maybe he wants... I mean, again, you said he has a history with the team.
Yeah.
He's been on the team. It totally makes sense. And he now got that experience. He got to work with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And all that. So now, certainly, he can try to apply that and build that team. The Jaguars.
Exactly. And I like the way you say Jaguars. And don't forget, he's got a young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, who was the first overall pick this last draft. And I suspect that they probably are going to give Byron some input on player development and certain players. I'm not saying he's going to have full control or anything, but I bet that they offered him something. I just don't think that Byron has been coaching long enough for this to work out. It almost always fails the first time, and I think he's too young. I think this is a Josh McDaniels situation where Josh was a coordinator, actually as the official coordinator for only a few years, and then he took the Denver job, and it was just a complete disaster. And maybe that has something to do with Josh's terrible personality and trying to be Bill Belichick. Maybe Byron doesn't do that. Maybe it works for him. And if it does, great. I like Byron. I have nothing against him. So maybe it works, but I don't know. I think Byron needed more time, to be quite honest with you, to be successful as a head coach.
I see.
So that's my feeling on it. So
cool. Do you want to talk about the games?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
So once you announce and that for a second, I'm gonna get up for a second. So.
Oh well, I don't know what to announce, but so yeah, basically I think we're gonna find out what happens with Tom Brady for sure. But for now, I think we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll just talk about the games now.
We'll just talk about the games next. And so, who are you guys rooting for? Let's see.
Is Raphael around?
Raphael was here early, I believe. Let's see. Raphael, nope. Raphael, where are you?
I'm surprised Raphael's not on because
He's probably resting.
His 49ers are playing tomorrow. So
He's resting. Well, it's not that late.
But by the way, in my comment section today, Addy found a way to crap on his own Browns team. He always finds a way to insult them.
Yeah.
It's amazing
Is
how
Addy
this guy
here?
does.
No, he's not here.
Okay. So the first game, I believe, is 49ers-Rams, right? That's the early game?
So, yeah.
Okay. I'm going for the 49ers, okay?
Officially, I'm going for the 49ers as well.
Yeah, I'm going for the 49ers, and let's see.
Oh, first game is not that.
I'm going to
Hold
pull
on.
this up.
Let's see.
Wait, who plays first? Check it. I thought it was the Rams.
Well,
I thought it was
Chiefs,
Rams and 49ers.
Bengals.
The Chiefs-Bengals are the first game.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Correct.
What time is kickoff?
3:05
Eastern.
Eastern. Correct.
All right.
Jesse back says, I'm rooting for ... not the Chiefs.
Okay. Then we'll start with Bengals Chiefs then.
Yeah, Bengals, Chiefs.
Just do them in order.
Chiefs, Bengals. Bengals it is.
The Kitty Cats.
Yeah, I
Ramsey's
root for the
favorite
Kitty
team.
Cats.
Yeah.
Just not a big Chiefs fan myself.
Actually, I got that on
Yeah.
top of your head at the moment.
That's fine.
You like that?
Get the Kitty Cats.
Don't worry, I'll move it.
That's
Okay,
fine.
here we
It's
go.
Perfect.
Boom! Look at that. Doesn't that just fit? That fits in there
Yeah.
nicely. Do you like the way I slid that in there
Oh, yeah.
for you? Yeah. That fit perfectly. I just love it when things just snap and lock into place. It feels really good when those things happen. Okay. Yes, Jesse. Kitty goes meow, 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 meow. Okay, so I am clearly going for the Bengals because I cannot listen to another. Oh my God, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest
Tony
thing we've ever
Romo.
seen. Look at
It's
that torque. No, 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 no. I cannot listen to it. No way. All right. So again, it's not that I have a problem with Mahomes. I have a problem with the media and their fan base, the Chiefs
Hype.
fan base, and the way they act and stuff.
No one has ever thrown like this.
No
ever.
one
You know, it's
has
like,
ever. No one has ever done this. No one's ever
No.
walked on the field like that. Did you see the way he walked? By the way,
Oh
he
my
walks like
God.
he's got something up his butt. But have you ever? Did you see the way he wears his helmet? Did you see the way he took it off? You know, it's unbelievable, man. And honestly, I like this Joe Burrow kid,
Yeah.
quarterback of the Bengals. I like
Yeah.
him. I like his style. You know, he smoked a cigar after his team won the LSU. You know, his team LSU won the national championship. It was a nod to Lynn Dawson when he did that when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl against the Vikings, Super Bowl 4, I believe, and I thought that was pretty badass. You know, so I like his style. I've always been very low on the Bengals as an organization.
Yeah.
And the reason I have been, and I continue to be,
Right.
is because they have to do something to make me think otherwise. If they can get to the Super Bowl by going through what they've gone through so far, so they've taken out the Raiders, they took out the Titans, and if they take out the Chiefs, I will give them props and I will say, okay, maybe they've got something here. But I'm not going to give them props just for making it to the AFC Championship game. Guys, the Jaguars did this just a few years ago, okay? they were garbage. Then they made the AFC Championship game against us, and then fell off the face of the planet right after that. So yes, like the old saying goes, the sun shines on a dog's ass. Eventually, no matter what, or you're bound to get lucky. You roll the dice enough, you're going to get what you need. You're going to get a 7, right? So whatever, man, it's going to happen. I don't care about that. But prove to me that you can win in Kansas City. Then I will say, all right, they're legit. They're real. They've got their crap together. And I don't care if they lose in the Super Bowl, but if they can do this, then I'll get off their back. Or they can lose tomorrow and then be good next year. Okay? And then get back to the playoffs and win some playoff games again. They can do that 2 years in a row, even though they lose tomorrow. Then I will kind of back off that a bit. But until then, they're the same garbage organization that I've always seen them. Same bad ownership, same bad decision making. And I still think, I'm still going to keep my opinion that Zach Taylor is not a good coach. And I don't know. From what I've seen this year, it seems to be all about Burrow, okay, and Jamar Chase. And it seems to be like those guys have got something there. And Burrow seems to be like one of the future guys of the NFL guys. He might be legit. Let's just hope that the Bengals don't ruin his career like the Chargers are going to ruin Justin Herbert. And I fear that that's what's going to happen, is that Justin Herbert is going to be completely destroyed by the Chargers. And if that's the case, because they're gonna stick with that idiot head coach of theirs, Brandon Staley, and if it continues down that path, maybe Herbert gets out after his rookie contract is up. That'd be good. So, but it's always something, So, Maria Ruby, I agree, Maria. Yeah. Jags didn't have a quarterback. I don't know if you remember that game or not, but he didn't do that bad, actually. In fact, I thought he had one of his better games, and he threw the actual pass at the very end that got picked off by Stephon Gilmore was actually a pretty good throw. So I don't, but again, whether they have a quarterback or don't have a quarterback, the point is that a team can get streaky. They can get on a winning streak and kind of awkwardly make their way to a championship game. It happens quite a bit, actually. If you remember, the Minnesota Vikings in 2017 did it. Hell, even the Eagles, they won a Super Bowl like that. So it happens. It does, but I want to see if they can win this game in Kansas City. I don't think the Bengals are going to win. So I'm picking the Chiefs. That's what my mind says, is the Chiefs are going to win. But I'm rooting for the Bengals, and I would love to be proven wrong here. That would be happy to be able to start the show tomorrow and say, hey guys, guess what? Let's go.
Right.
So that would be fantastic. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to win. And the Bengals, in their last 2 playoff games, did a lot of things that should have finished them. They made a lot of mistakes. You cannot do that against the Chiefs. You can't. You've got to play really good football. Buffalo, I think, Josh Allen was playing some of the best and most inspired football I've seen from a quarterback other than Brady in a long time. And the Chiefs still found a way to win that game. And if they even play 80% of how they did against Buffalo, as good as Buffalo was, I just don't think the Bengals have a chance. Unfortunately. What do you guys think? Guys, tell me who you're going for and who you think's going to win. So both. Tell me what you think. I'm interested to see. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, SoFi will be full of 49ers fans tomorrow. Well, hopefully, like it was last time. Because the fan base here is very artificial. Just like everything else in Hollywood, it's fake, right?
Yeah.
So, did I lose my co-host
Mm-hmm.
permanently or temporarily?
Temporarily.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you can take her seat if you want. Roman, by the way, thank you for producing the show tonight. Let's see what we got going here. Marcelo, if Tom doesn't retire, do I think you go to another team? I think it is a consideration. I don't think that it is a guarantee that he would stick with Tampa Bay. And I do think there are teams that could entice him away. Specifically, San Francisco could do it if they wanted to do that. If, like I said earlier, if they wanted to go in that direction, I think them giving him a phone call. In fact, how about this? If Tom retires and San Francisco calls him in July, I think he'd consider coming back. I really do. I think that would be the team that he would do it for. So, Jesse back says, she gone. She left me. Come back. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Damn, that's cold. Could you imagine if she just like walked out the door?
Right on there. Yeah.
Yes, she had her bags packed and I didn't know it. And she just left and just walked out. Wouldn't that be like the most epic way to dump someone? That'd be awesome. In fact, that might be actually pretty cool. I'd have to just give her an ovation. Just well done. So, all right, let's see what you guys have to say about this. Jesse, oh wait, who's the first one? Scarecrow says Rams and Bengals. No, we're not on the Rams yet. Hang on, guys. Not on the Rams 49ers yet. The Minuteman says Chiefs will win by 14, but Minuteman, who do you want to win? I want both. I want who do you want to win and who you think's going to win. Jesse Back says, yeah, I think Chiefs will win, but rooting for Bengals. Okay, so you're like me on that. 49ers. You guys keep talking about the 49ers-Rams game. We're not there yet. Hang on. Do you want me to pull out my cane sword again? Bengals will squeak out against the Chiefs on a Joe Burrow game-winning drive. Houston Burnside, that would be badass. You guys will see me going crazy. Yes. Nice. Let's go. That would be awesome. Wouldn't it be cool? Let's see. Stop saying the Rams. We're not talking about the Rams yet. What is with you guys? Jalen. He says, I think Chiefs win and not sure if Kyle outsmarts Sean to win or Jimmy gives the game back to the other team like he tried to do for the last two playoff games. Yeah, I know. Right, Jalen? Let's see. Nightwalker. Stop it. Scarecrow, Bengals will win, and I want them to win. Scarecrow, I'm with you, buddy. All right. Bill Murray. Who knew Bill Murray was such a fan of VonAllen Sports? That's so weird.
I know, right?
He says, I want Bengals to win, but the Chiefs will win, although I do like Mahomes. Yeah, see, I'm the same way. I just can't stand Mahomes' family. I can't stand his family, and I can't stand the people out in the media who worship him. But I like him personally, though. I have no problem with him. I think he's tired of his family by now. I'm just surprised that he hasn't told them to stop being idiots. They make him look bad. So, hang on, guys. All righty. Solon Kezos says Bengals win by Bengals by 10. Minuteman wants Cincinnati to win. Oh my effing Google. Okay. Says Mahomes will choke. Huh. Okay. He's he has tended to show that he doesn't choke. Actually, history has shown that Mahomes generally is not the reason his teams lose. In big games. I mean, he comes through more than he doesn't. So I don't know if that will be the result as far as that goes. But what was that? Izzy. Whiny kitty cats there. All right. Mahomes' wife shot champagne out in the crowd. I know that actually would piss me off if I was under there. John Thomas Chavez says Bengals may have bested KC a few weeks ago, but Zach Taylor had given the game away after needlessly opting for a touchdown over a field goal. Exactly. With KC committing a 4th and goal penalty. Yep. Yippers. Yeah. Izzy. She wants her opinion heard, apparently.
She won't let me buy.
Or, okay, so here's the thing. Hand me Isabel. Oh, I got to show everybody Izzy here. So, she won't let people walk by. So she doesn't like people walking by her. So, yeah. So if you walk by her without permission, she'll hit you. She'll go like that and be like, no. You got to get permission to walk by her. But this is Izzy. She's old now. She's going to be 14 in March. But,
Your
yeah.
official source is here. You want to show him too?
Stop it. I know. But if you try to walk by her, she gets pissed off. So. All right. Are you coming back to the show or not? So I guess you guys want to score. There will be some points on the board tomorrow. Kansas City will win 31-24. 31-24. 31-24. Kansas City. Final score.
Uh-huh.
All right. Milena, make your pick.
Kansas City will not win. And that is just wishful thinking, but
So you're saying Kansas City's not going to win?
no, the Bengals will win.
The Bengals will win. Wow, okay. You got a score?
The same like you, but reversed. There you go.
So you think the Bengals are going to have 31 and the Chiefs will have 24? Okay.
No,
cool.
the Chiefs will have more than 24.
So you think it'll be closer than that?
Yes, closer.
Okay. So like 30,
It's like a
maybe
field
by
goal
field goal
difference.
So
Exactly.
31-28?
Yeah.
31-28?
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Cool. All right.
But if I'm right,
You look like a genius.
I look like a genius. And more likely, I'm not. Because I don't know, for some reason, I think the Chiefs might be consistent.
I need, yeah, exactly. I need to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
I need to see that the Bengals can actually
Yeah,
do something like this.
So,
All right. Where's the gold here? There it is. Rams. God, they've got ugly uniforms.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that's for sure.
why did they they had the perfect uniforms in 2018? Why did they screw that up? Why did you screw that up? I just don't get it.
They got the wrong agency.
Okay. 49ers at Rams.
Yep. Well, that one
The Rams
is gonna be very interesting.
the Rams against the Bucks seemed like they didn't want to win. They kept doing so many things just to
Yeah.
kind of piss the game away, right? It was really bizarre how they just kept doing stupid stuff. The 49ers, what I think if you're a Rams fan, I think we have one guy here who's a Rams fan. If you're a Rams fan, the one thing I'd be worried about is that this is a division game.
Right.
Okay?
And don't
And-
the 49ers win?
They've
Yeah.
beaten them the last 2 seasons straight, I believe. So, but in division games, there's so much familiarity that you cannot count on just basic metrics that you'd say, okay, well, the 49ers is this versus Rams this. It doesn't work like that. Division games are so strange. You guys remember the Jets putting us out in 2010, and nobody
Yeah.
saw that coming, but the familiarity was there. Now, the familiarity works as well for the Rams, but my point is that everyone thinks that the Rams is just so much better than the 49ers, that they're just going to run them over and overpower them. And I'm thinking, you got to wait a minute. If I was a Rams fan, I would be kind of concerned
Right.
that the 49ers know you so well and seem to just have your number. And Shanahan seems to just know McVay and know what he's going to do and how to defeat him. So that would concern me if I was a Rams fan.
Right. It's like the Patriots in Miami, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
exactly.
So
But in this case, Milena, Miami is much better.
better.
Is way better than they are. That's a great point, because Miami would beat us every year in Miami.
Yeah.
Not every year, but consistently, and they weren't even a good team. But that still held true, the familiarity division thing, right?
Right.
But the 49ers are actually really good. So this is even much more difficult.
Who are we going for? Who are you going for?
I'm going for the 49ers, and in this case, unlike the AFC Championship game, I actually think San Francisco will win. I think that we're going to get a repeat of the Super Bowl 2 years ago, Super Bowl 54.
Nice.
So we'll find out.
Nice.
But I think that's the deal here. I think 49ers are going to get this win. That SoFi Stadium is going to be filled with 49ers fans, I'm sure. Like it was a few weeks back when the Rams had a home game, and 49ers fans were just everywhere. They just owned that team. It was so loud that Matthew Stafford had to go to silent count. He couldn't even. He had to go to hand signals and things in his own stadium. That's how crazy it was. Because 49ers faithful, man, they're popular here in this state, and they're
more popular in LA.
Yeah, 49ers and Raiders are California teams. They're popular here. The Raiders, again, I keep saying that the Raiders should have moved here instead, but anyway.
Although the Rams were originally from here, they've been away for so long, right?
Yeah, they went to St. Louis. It was they were away a long time.
So
and as St. Louis, they won a Super Bowl.
Right.
So
people here in LA, where we are, there's a lot of 49er fans as well.
What people need to understand about Los Angeles people is that there's too many options, and this is a Lakers town, and the Clippers are here, but nobody cares. Why? Because the Lakers win. They win championships. So you've got to win. You've got to do something. And the reason the Raiders and 49ers are so beloved is because the Raiders won championships here. The 49ers won championships in the state. The Chargers and the Rams never accomplished those things. And so that it's just not there. This is a place where it's like, but have you won?
Yeah.
You know, you need to win. This is LA where everybody's got options, and it's like, what have you done for me?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, but Jimmy's going to have to be a big factor. But I'm basing this on if they can go in to Green Bay and beat that team. That Green Bay team this year is the best Green Bay team I think that we've seen in of the Matt LaFleur era. I think they were the most complete. And for the 49ers to go in and beat them in such a just nasty, sloppy game, that impressed me. And I think that will carry over well against the Rams. So I just think that the 49ers got this. But Jimmy's going to have to contribute more. They can't just rely on defense and running the ball and a few plays here and there. Jimmy's got to actually do something to contribute here because the Rams, even though 49ers have a really good defense, the Rams are capable of scoring at will, and they've got so many guys. But, yeah. Jimmy's got to be smart with the ball, though, man. He's so sloppy sometimes.
Yeah.
So. Jalen, what the hell are you talking about?
Technicality, because he said that the Rams won a Super Bowl in St. Louis, and he's saying, but they didn't win the championship. And in Cali in 2000 is a long time ago.
But no, he's absolutely incorrect. The Rams' only Super Bowl is in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
It was the greatest show on turf, Kurt Warner's Rams. That was in St. Louis, Jalen. I don't know why you think that. John Thomas Chavez, I even saw where Ticketmaster was trying to block ticket sales to 49ers fans, which is really shady. That's pathetic.
When now?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Ticketmaster stopped it after they got caught.
Oh, okay.
So. But, Bill Murray, thank you for this stat. 49ers are 10-3 in their last 13 games. Damn, the 49ers, they got their number.
Yep.
So
Very cool.
Yes, I think the 49ers get the win. Damn, I was hoping this was the early game, though. Unfortunately, it's not. So, but I understand why. It's a time zone thing.
Yeah.
So, I get it. I guess. Wait. No, if it was a time zone thing, it should be the other way around, shouldn't it?
What are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. I don't know. I don't even want to give any brain power to that right now.
Yeah. So we're going for the 49ers. I am going as well, and you too.
No, Jimbo, the 49ers' 2 playoffs wins are impressive because Jimmy G's stats are so bad. That's the point. Mm-hmm. Imagine if Jimmy had a good game. Imagine if Jimmy just had an average good game, like an average game. If they can do what they did to the Cowboys are a good team. People are forgetting this. They beat the Cowboys in Dallas. They took out Green Bay at Lambeau, all with Jimmy G doing absolute nothing. So imagine if he actually played okay. If he actually did something, imagine what they could achieve. It's actually really impressive. It's not as impressive to win a bunch of playoff games when your quarterback is playing great. That's like, right. Oh, well, yeah, of course, it's expected. But when your quarterback is garbage and you're still winning, it's like, holy crap.
Right.
What happens if he actually plays well? So
we hope he actually focuses and, whatever it takes.
He's got to get it done.
Yeah.
He's got to do what he was paid to do. I have no doubt that
he's got a good team.
Jimmy's a great leader. I've seen him, on the mic'd ups and stuff, and I've seen interviews with other players, his teammates. He's got leadership. He's got the leadership quality. He absolutely has it. There's no doubt about it. No question about it. He is a locker room guy. He is perfect for that kind of thing. I would have no problem Jimmy G being a leader on my team, but he just lacks the elite quarterback level that they're paying him for and what they were expecting when they paid him. So he's offering the
Yeah.
leadership part. He just needs to get the play. He needs to just
He
figure
needs
it out,
something,
man.
whatever it is, get it for
Whatever
tomorrow.
it is, get it tomorrow, please, for the love of God. Just the Rams just irritate me. I can't stand them, and just because their owner is such a bad person, I just I can't. I don't know. I don't want to see
Yeah.
that. Although I'm a big fan of Von Miller, but
Yes, Von Miller.
I mean that would
Except
be
that
that would be the
little thing.
consolation prize, I guess. So
Yeah,
well, no, I'm not mad at Von for hitting
it
Tom's
happens.
helmet.
Yeah, it's the referees.
Yeah, that's not on Vaughn. That's the refs that should call that.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched that play over again. I don't think Vaughn did that on purpose. In fact, nobody has more respect for Tom Brady than Von Miller. You should
Yeah.
hear the way he talks about Tom. So
yeah.
I think he's just, it's hard to get your helmet down sometimes. He was angled a little awkwardly, but maybe he did it on purpose. I don't know. But you know what? It's football.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
if he
football.
did. Yeah, but it's the call. Like
It's
you
one
said.
thing to go, like, I'd be pissed if he went at his knees.
Yeah.
That would make me mad. But I don't know that if that was had malice in it.
Intended.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's on the refs who should have called that. If they want to stay consistent. If they want to stay consistent with the ref and the passer thing. So
Right.
yeah, Jimbo, yeah, 49ers lose if offense doesn't wake up and Jimmy G is facing Aaron Donald and Von Miller on defense. No easy task. No, it's not going to be easy at all. You saw what how well they got to Tom. So the difference though, I think in this situation is scheme, and I think the Bucs lacked from that, and the Bucs didn't even get their crap together until the second half, and then it started kind of finally clicking.
Yeah.
I don't think the 49ers are going to need to wait a full half in order to figure this out. The 49ers never should have beaten Green Bay, okay? And they found a way to do it. I'll repeat. That victory over Green Bay is solid, guys. It's solid. That is probably, you know what? Compared to what the 49ers are as a team and what they did to go into Lambeau, I think that is probably the most solid victory of the playoffs. And I say the next most solid victory is probably the Chiefs over the Bills. But the reason that's not number one is because that was in Kansas City. All right. And Kansas City is a great team already and have a much better overall roster and I think better coaching than San Francisco. So San Francisco actually overachieved and they had to do it in Green Bay. And I think that's probably, to me, the most difficult playoff victory so far in this playoffs. So if not, it's clearly one of the best. So you need things to happen and go your way, like that blocked punt, and they got away with it, guys. They got away with it. They never should have won that game as far as matchup goes, and they got away with it. And now they get the perfect opportunity to play a team that they own. They own the Rams. They know them so well. This couldn't be more perfect for the 49ers. They just got to not screw it up. So, and yeah, I know right now the tone of my voice is a little bit wishful thinking, but
Yeah.
still, it's how I feel though. Because like I want the Bengals to win, but I just think that the Chiefs are going to win. But in this case, I actually
You
my
feel
brain
stronger.
I feel stronger
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
So.
49ers all the way.
Bullshit. 49ers only won because of a pump block. Stop kissing their butt. Really?
What?
Okay. I guess you don't listen to English very well. Is it like your fourth language or something? Did you hear what I said? I said they shouldn't have won that game. And they were able to get it off of a blocked punt, meaning they got away with it. Even with all of that, they still managed to get through to that. So it sounds like you've got a personal issue with the 49ers. Don't know what it is exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize complimenting a team for getting a major win in Green Bay against who's going to be the MVP and the number one seed is really kissing their butt. But if that's the case, then maybe I guess I am. So, nice.
Okay.
The Minuteman says Bernard Pollard's hit was worse than Von Miller's last week. Oh, absolutely. The Bernard Pollard hit. A lot of people think that Bernard Pollard hit on Tom on where he took out his knee in 2008. I call it a cheap shot because Pollard could have pulled back. He knew what he was doing. He was down and then he got up and he went right at the knee. He knew what he was doing. He didn't have to do that. It was completely unnecessary. He knew Tom was going to get the ball off. He did that on purpose. And Pollard has a history of that. He had a long history of cheap shots and doing things like that. So whether or not it was a legal play is not the issue I have. It's that I'm saying his intention was bad, and that was my problem with the Bernard Pollard play. And that's why I call it a cheap shot. So okay. So Milena?
Yes.
Wait, I need to give a score, right? So
Okay,
the only way
sure.
49ers can win this, so since I think they're going to win it, and the only way they can win it is to keep this low scoring, I think. I think it's going to be a rough, slow game where a lot of people are not getting anything done as far as offensively. I'm going to go 17-14. 49ers win it by a field goal at the very end.
Oh,
17-14.
wow.
49ers victory.
I think it's going to be in the 20s.
Okay, so who do you got?
49ers.
49ers? Okay, and what's the score?
28. 21.
Was that a question?
No, that's me thinking. I'm listening. I'm listening to my sources right now and talking to me.
Which cat's telling you the score?
Oh, it's just someone's whispering in my ear. Yeah.
So 28-21?
Yes.
49ers by a touchdown. Okay.
Yep.
You know, people keep missing extra points
I
all
know.
the time. They may
Exactly.
screw you over on that. Maybe you should go like just to anticipate their idiocy, these kickers' idiocy. Maybe you should go like tweak it 27-21 or something. No, you know what? I don't want to screw it up for you.
Okay.
Stick to that. So.
What do you guys think? What are your scores? Type it in the chat, please.
Yep, you've been ordered.
You've been ordered. And while you're at it, click like and subscribe.
Yeah, we've got more viewers than likes. So please, guys, if you don't mind, please click the like button. Ken Flagler. Yeah, they used to call Pollard the Patriots killer. He always used to knock a Patriot player out of the game. He was a piece of crap, dude. Piece of trash. Absolutely. So.
Chiefs.
If it is a
49ers.
Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl, let's hope that it's an overall just better performance by Jimmy Garoppolo. And if you can get a good quarterback performance out of Jimmy, that Super Bowl would be watchable and it would be fun to see. But yeah, his sloppiness just, of course I root for Jimmy because he was a Patriot. So I've got, that part of it, but still, he's got to do something for them to beat the Rams. He's got to at least just not turn over the ball, not do anything stupid with it. He doesn't have to throw for a bunch of yards or anything, just not do something dumb. And I think Matthew Stafford will give them some turnovers. I think he'll give you opportunities. You just got to capitalize on them. Brian Phoneboo says 24-20 Rams. Jalen says 49ers 28, Rams 27.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be around there, I think. I don't know. Let's see if Jalen and I will be correct. Mine
So
was
are you
21.
changing yours?
No, mine was 28-21.
Right.
Right? But it's in that same.
Ken Flakler says Chiefs and Rams. I will admit, Chiefs and Rams would be interesting. Do you guys remember that regular season game from 2018? The Chiefs and Rams? It was in LA, I
No.
believe.
I
The
don't
score was in the 50s.
I remember, of course. Yeah.
It was crazy. Like both teams,
Yeah.
It was the most insane crap I've ever seen.
Exactly. That's
So
crazy.
if they could do that in the Super Bowl, that'd be like,
At least be
whoa!
good football, you know?
That would be crazy. And it wasn't even good football.
I mean,
It was
how
no.
does-
I know what you mean.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, it was good football for viewing.
For viewing, yeah.
But it
like,
wasn't good football technically.
Scores.
They were both
Torque,
teams
torque,
were so
torque.
sloppy that nobody nobody could stop anybody. No defense
Yeah.
at all. It was a complete joke. And but it was great for watching. It was
Right.
just it was crazy.
entertaining.
Yeah. So if that's the Super Bowl, maybe they can give us something insane like that. That
Well,
would be
yeah,
fun.
at least something. Because then there will be nothing for me to watch. I'm really not interested in those two teams, personally.
Russell Curry sends a $5 super chat. He says, "I'm thinking Jimmy G versus Patrick Mahomes." Yeah, I mean that's what I think will probably happen. It'll be a rematch, but Jimmy, he's got to get it. Like I said, he's got to do something more than just kind of being there.
Yeah, like make a phone call. Can I call a friend?
Call a friend.
Call
he
Tom
needs
Brady.
to call Tom Brady.
Exactly.
In
That's
fact,
what I
I'm sure
meant.
he's already talked to Tom about the Rams. So
Yeah.
I know that not only Tom, but Bill and Belichick both talked to Jimmy and before his Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and they damn near won that game. In fact, they were winning by 10. I just want to bring up something, guys, that I think is worth noting.
Mm-hmm.
In the quarterback formula, I just want to remind you that the two quarterbacks that had the easiest schedule, I put that in quotes, easiest, meaning the least resistance when it comes to playing teams on a 4-game rotation of points allowed and winning percentage. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills had the easiest.
Sure.
And they lost to the Chiefs. And even though they lost in a close game, I just want to point that out. And the second easiest schedule was Tom. And look what happened. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, Patrick Mahomes has had one of the hardest schedules. And it just seems there seems to be a consistency there about the quality of your wins kind of shows you, how good a team actually is. And I kept telling people after the Chiefs had a bad start and they're slow, and remember, I kept saying, pump the brakes on this Chiefs is over thing. They're not over. They will come back. I kept saying that because you can't. That was just them. They just got off to a slow start. They just lost the Super Bowl. I think they just in their head they weren't that well put together, and it happens a lot of times. Patriots have had those times where we lose to stupid teams and doesn't make any sense and all that. So, but there is something to be said for those the opponent there,
Right.
and how and the
And the
quality, and if you still
strength
get
of the
those
team.
wins, exactly.
Yeah. During the season.
So Patrick is playing good football against good competition and good teams. So
Hey, we had a super chat. Did you? Yeah.
yeah, Russell's. Yeah, I got that.
Okay, we got that one.
Yeah. Hey, Tiffany, what's up? Yeah, Russell, Josh Allen, man, he is just awesome. I'm a fan of his now, big fan of his. He is amazing, and I can't wait for to see what he's like in the future, and what's in store for him. So, he's a great player. Yeah. All right. So we got that done. Now there's one more thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
before we go tonight.
What's that?
I want to talk about Ben Roethlisberger. Just a second.
Hi, Tiffany.
The question that will be asked the most is he a Hall of Famer? And if he is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Okay. The way it's next to you, it looks like your name is Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, my name is Ben. I'm tough.
Absolutely, Russell. I can see an MVP in Josh Allen's future. All right. So here's the deal with Ben. He retired, I think, at a good time. He was deteriorating. You could see it. He was having trouble getting the ball down the field and stuff. It was just but I just want to point out that he wasn't garbage.
Right.
Okay? He wasn't awful. And that's why I think it's a good time to go out, because if he stayed until next year, that would have happened. And so we didn't have to see him deteriorate so badly like with Drew Brees and Peyton Manning. You remember how just awful they were at the end. Drew should have retired the year before. Seeing now that we know, I'm always for quarterbacks trying to hang on one more year, do something to improve. But in Ben's case, just like with Brees, I think the injury history is the problem. Where Brees' shoulder, he had torn his rotator cuff and had Tommy John surgery at one point, I believe, and almost to the point where the Dolphins wouldn't sign him because they didn't think he'd have much of a career left. But that crept up, and if that hadn't happened, if he never had that injury, I think Drew would still be playing. But with Ben's taken a lot of hits, and Ben has always done things his way. And he's never been one to do the TB12 method and things like that. He's always been Ben is an old school player. Mm-hmm. You could pit Ben and like his mindset, the way he goes about things, you could put him in the 1970s and he would fit that, doesn't care about nutrition, doesn't care about his body that much. It will take the hits and just really, Ben's game was more just improvisation and just feeling his way through. Like Brett Favre had a feel to the game, but wasn't that calculated as much and I think Ben is very similar to that. But when you're like that, you take a lot of hits too.
Okay. Oh, Lordy. We have a guest in the studio whose phone went off. Anyway, continue.
Way to go, John. All right. So yeah. People are saying, okay, if Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer, then Ben clearly is. Now, the thing about Ben is that over the years, he has been a better quarterback than Eli Manning consistently. They both have 2 Super Bowls. The difference, people would say, is that Eli was MVP in those Super Bowls. Ben was never MVP. In fact, Ben, both of his Super Bowls, the performances were really bad, especially his first one. So that would count against him as far as if people were putting him head-to-head against Eli. But like I said, overall, he has been consistently year in, year out, a much better quarterback than Eli. Ben has never won MVP. He's never been first team. I don't think he's even been second team All-Pro, but he's been consistent and always up there. Eli has had a lot of seasons where he was just terrible. Okay? there were more seasons where he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL than even when he was average. And he was never the best or one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL at any time. Eli was never that. So you're really going to have to take, with Eli, you're going to have to take into account the Super Bowl MVPs, and that's really all you've got. That's it. You know, I don't care that much about longevity if you've got nothing of substance or if you're just atrocious for most of that, which is why I don't care about Phillip Rivers. I like Phillip, but I don't put him in the Hall of Fame. I don't care about those things. It didn't translate. He didn't even play in a Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, that's just, you've got to do that. But Ben and Eli both have 2, but Ben has 2, and he's consistently been a good quarterback year in and year out. Now, do I think that Ben is going to go to the Hall of Fame? Yes. Not only do I think Ben will go to the Hall of Fame, I think he will be first ballot. I think they will give him that. Right. But the reason I'm bringing this up is I want to know what you guys think. So keep in mind, take your bias out of it. I know he's a Steeler, and we have a long history together against them. But that, you know, if you're a Hall of Fame voter, you can't count that. That doesn't matter. Okay, so this is about his career. Without all that, you can't think about that he's a Steeler. It doesn't matter. Do you think he will get in the Hall of Fame? And if you do, would you put him in if you were a voter? Would you vote for him? So would your standards put him in? And that's what I want to know. I'm going to wait for you guys to reply because before I tell you what my answer is, because I don't want to sway your thinking one way or another. I want to see what you guys think first. But while we're doing that, Milena?
Yes.
Do you think Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer?
Okay.
So I know you're not that familiar with his career. As far you only known him like for recently because you weren't watching football until around 2012. But Ben's accomplishments, his big accomplishments, happened before you started watching football. So in 2005, he won the Super Bowl with the Steelers in his second year. Didn't play a good game. In fact, that Super Bowl is considered one of the most controversial Super Bowls, one of the most controversial Super Bowls ever. He played like crap, but they won. And then in 2008, they beat the Kurt Warner's Arizona Cardinals, and Ben had the key play at the very end, a phenomenal throw to Santonio Holmes in the end zone. So even though Ben did not, overall, he didn't have like a stellar Tom Brady type game, he did get that game-winning drive, game-winning touchdown pass, and that is what you expect out of your quarterback.
Right.
That's it. Okay, so he did that. So even though he didn't get MVP, he did achieve that. So that's a good thing there. So, but he's got 2 Super Bowls.
And no MVPs.
No MVPs, but he's played in 3.
Correct.
He's played in 3. So he played in 2010, again, before you started watching. In 2010, he played against Aaron Rodgers' Green Bay Packers. So he's played in 3, and, we give credit to just getting there. I think getting to a Super Bowl is harder than winning the actual Super Bowl because winning the Super Bowl is just one game. But getting there is a whole season. You got to win all those games and win the playoff games. I'm just giving you a background.
Right, and in comparison to Eli Manning.
Eli's only, compared to Ben, Eli's been to 2, not 3. He's won both, but he was MVP in both. Although I think his MVPs in both games are questionable. I'm, not sure. And I guess that can be debated. But I think the reason Eli got those MVPs is because there wasn't a standout player to give it to, and I think they just kind of they always go with the quarterback, and that's fine. I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying though that when we mention that, it's not like he was just crazy good.
So he's got 2 rings.
But he did have the game-winning
versus Ben, who has 1 ring, correct?
No, Ben's got 2.
Oh, Ben's got 2.
2 out of 3.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Eli's 2 of 2. But over the career, Ben has been the much better quarterback.
Well, yeah, definitely a Hall of Famer then. If Eli's there, Ben's there.
So you think they're going to put Eli in too then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, there's a huge, possibility of that.
Okay, let's see what our guys think here. Jalen says, Ben is first ballot Hall of Famer, and that is what he deserves. My standards would be put Ben as first ballot. My standard for first ballot is like yours for the Hall of Fame in general. Cool. Russell Curry says, Big Ben is a Hall of Famer for sure, probably first ballot. Yeah. Dude, you're still hating on the 49ers. What is your deal? Why do you hate them so much? Who is your favorite team? I'm curious. Because this is weird. All right, hang on. Raced. Cool profile pic, by the way. I can't really tell what it is, but it looks pretty interesting. Looks like a painting of some sort. He says, yes, 5th on passing yards, 8 all-time touchdowns, 4th highest winning percentage, 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. That's another thing. Ben's winning percentage is phenomenal.
Right. Yeah.
Again, that goes back to quarterbacks. What do we judge quarterbacks by?
Winning. Yeah.
Winning is everything, and he got it done. All right. So, Tyree Vaughn says, Big Ben, Hall of Famer. Kevin Godnett says, I'd take Big Ben in the Hall of Fame. I think he had a better career than guys already in the Hall of Fame. Oh, no question. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Ben is going to the Hall of Fame. He was always contending. Yep. Andrew Davis. Okay. So here's the deal.
Let's see what you
Winning
think
percentage, all those yards, okay? Yes, there are a lot of guys who are going to finish in top 10 in yards or touchdowns and things like that. Longevity does that for you. Like, example, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Even Eli Manning has those longevity stats. But Ben's are not empty calorie stats, okay? Those stats translate to winning, to getting to the playoffs, to getting to Super Bowls. Maybe he didn't perform that well in the first Super Bowl, but those games, those stats translate to something, and that's what I'm looking for. That's my big criteria, guys, right there is, does your statistics translate? Do they translate to winning? That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
Because of that, Big Ben is a Hall of Famer. And absolutely, okay? I've gone back and forth on this over the years, but I've finally decided that he is a Hall of Famer. First ballot. Would I give him first ballot? No, I wouldn't. Okay? But first ballot for me is reserved for the greatest of greats of greats. Okay? We're talking Montana, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. That is the group. Okay? That is first ballot. Which first ballot should be. All right? Do I think he'll get it? Yes. Yes, I do. He'll get first ballot.
He'll get it.
Yes. Would I put him first ballot? No. But I would vote for him for the Hall of Fame in general. I guess for this Hall of Fame, definitely I would. But based on how their standards and all that. So, yes. Yeah, Elf of Courage, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Absolutely agree. Also, the many times Ben got Steelers to the postseason also counts. Not just Super Bowls. And Ben is going to rank high in our greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's going to get a lot of legacy points for that Elf of Courage. That's exactly correct. That he's going to go off the charts for all this winning, and that is what you want from a quarterback. When you draft a quarterback, you're not thinking, "Oh, I hope he leads the league in passing yards. Oh, I hope he throws a many touchdowns." You don't care about that. You're thinking, I hope he wins us some games.
Right.
And you don't care how it's achieved. Okay? And in Roman, in UFC terms, it would be George St. Pierre. Okay? He's not that fun to watch. He's not going to knock somebody out generally. He's going to grind it out. He's going to do what he has to do to win in 5 rounds, right?
Yep. Early on, he was.
Early on, he did, but I'm
then
talking
after the last many
like
years,
the 75% of
yeah, exactly.
end of his career was that. But he got the win.
Point fighting, yeah.
Yeah, but he won, and that's the thing. And,
It's not like he threw the right punches
you
the
look
right
back-
amount of
yeah,
times.
he wasn't Anderson Silva making all these crazy things happen. But
But
he
you
was.
look back now and his record stands.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
winning stats.
Winning matters, and Ben did that.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. Winning matters. But yeah, believe it or not,
You
for
have
many
to.
people, you have to.
You have to, because here's the problem.
It's like, torque! And that's not a shot at the usual person.
Milena,
but-
winning never became a problem until it became a Tom Brady stat. Okay? Facts. All right? It never became an issue until it became a Tom Brady stat. And that's when it was brought up. Oh, winning is a team stat.
A team
oh,
stat.
now so forever we always judged quarterbacks by winning until now.
Yeah.
I see how it works. So yes, Milena, we have to talk about it. You're exactly right. It's ridiculous that we have to bring it up, but we have no choice.
Yeah.
They always move the goalpost every time Tom Brady does something. So yeah, exactly, Israel. This is not a super chat, but I'm gonna post this anyway because it's written so well. Israel says, "Matt wins on a quarterback stat. It's a team stat."
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If we're going to follow that, then every single thing is a team stat. Okay? Yards, touchdown passes. The quarterback ain't throwing to himself. All right? If you rush with the ball, you've got blockers. So everything is a team stat. Every single thing you do is a team stat.
Truly.
So, whatever, man. The quarterback has the most influence on a game than any position, and it's not even close. That is why we attribute that to quarterbacks, and that's just the way it is.
Right?
So,
We have a membership super chat.
member chat.
A
Kevin
member
Godnet
chat.
celebrates 4 months of membership. Thank you, Kevin. He says, "You play to win the game." That's a quote from Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
He kept being interviewed like, why are you losing? What do you? He's like, "You play to win the game." It's like very, very famous. So I love that reference. According to my sources, winning is not a stat. My sources say that winning doesn't matter and it is a team stat. And all that matters is what
Torque.
Patrick Mahomes does. That's torque. My sources tell me that torque is a actual
Stat.
individual statistic. And,
Yes.
yes. And it's
The whole of torque.
the whole of torque. Torque is an actual statistic.
Yep.
What a douchebag. All right.
I just came up with an idea, but I'm not going to say it here, so I will tell you later.
Okay.
It has to do with the Hall of Fame.
Okay, cool.
Something cool that we might do on the
All right.
show.
Awesome. Look forward to hearing it.
Yep.
Okay, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up. Got to get up tomorrow and get ready for
For the game.
Big Championship Sunday.
Yeah.
I guess we'll probably see you guys tomorrow night. We'll probably do a post-championship game show.
We should, at least, even if it's a shorter one.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for being on tonight. And listen, fake news is fake news. It doesn't matter if it's in sports.
It's a non-event for
It's-
now.
Don't listen.
Yeah.
Don't do anything until Tom says so. Let
Yeah.
Tom do this himself. I
Don't
think
let
it's,
them. Yeah.
I think it's too soon. I thought it was too soon for Tom to make any kind of decision. It didn't make any sense to me that he
Yeah.
would be on vacation and make that kind of decision. It just doesn't seem like something Tom would
Yeah.
do. Tom and Giselle are very, very good business people, and it's not good business sense to announce that retirement right now.
Right.
Or even decide something like that. You've got to get away from the emotion of the game. That loss is too recent. Okay, It's only a week ago. You can't make a decision like that in 1 week. You've got to step away for a while. So.
And we do have another super chat.
All right, Consul James Johnson, His Excellency, sends a $5 super chat. He says, Ben went to 5 AFC championships, 3 Super Bowls, while playing in the same conference as Brady and Peyton. He was considered top 3 quarterback for most of his career. Well said, James. It's absolutely true. Yep. Ben did go to 3 Super Bowls and played in 5 championship games while Peyton and Tom were dominating that conference, and that is extremely difficult. Just for reference, Patrick Mahomes, as good as he's doing and stuff, still has not beaten the bully on the block. He has not faced any sort of dynasty or any really intimidating dominant team. There is no Peyton Manning Colts or Peyton Manning Broncos. The Patriots are not there anymore, and when they were, he could not get it done. He lost to Tom in the AFC Championship. He lost to Tom even in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So
he's not there yet.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I'm trying to say is that I'm just shining a light, not to take away from Patrick, but I'm just shining a light on how impressive that is that Ben did that amongst those guys.
Sure.
That the bullies were there on the block, and still you have to take your chance. You take your shots. When Tom and Peyton were not there, you have to take your opportunities. And still consistently win year in and year out. And I think that's really impressive. And I'll repeat, I am not knocking Mahomes for that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, though, that it's really that hard. Ben ran into Tom Brady in 2016 in the AFC Championship game, and they got destroyed.
Yeah.
So, it's not easy. It's not easy. And Ben played during the greatest quarterback era of all time against the greatest of greats, in my opinion, Peyton and Tom. So
he did.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Tiffany was asking if we're gonna watch the games together like last year.
Yeah, Epic Courage. Maybe Mahomes is the bully in the league. Well, he definitely is. The Chiefs are the dominant team. But they've not, and again, I'm not taking away from them. I'm just making an observation that they have not. There's not another
opposition.
There's not another team like them in the AFC. So, unlike there was the Patriots, Steelers, and Colts/Broncos when Peyton was on either team, and there was always one of those that was the dominant factor. So, And maybe there will be. Maybe the Bills might be able to do this. Who knows? Maybe the Bengals might surprise everybody. Listen, if you got a great quarterback, you got a chance. So that's enough. Hey, Ramses. So, yeah.
So to Tiffany's question, if we're going to watch like last year, I don't know if we...
I'm not sure. If I decide to, I'll definitely make an announcement ahead of time. So
right.
Thank you guys so much.
But we'll definitely be in the chat, right? On YouTube.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
And if we go live at some point during or after, we'll let you guys know.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night, and let's. I know Tom's not playing tomorrow, but let's try to enjoy it. It's still football and it's still championship game, and go Bengals, go 49ers.
Yeah, go 49ers, and thank you guys for watching, and please remember to subscribe and hit the like button.
And thank you, Roman, for helping out tonight. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, good night, guys.
See ya. Good night.
Hi, this is tennis player Mariana Dragic, and you're watching VonAllen Sports, real and honest sports analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go!
VonAllen Sports.